I saw where 24/7 Sports had the 5 worst NFL teams to be a fan of, according to science. So
according to science.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they use a lot of different things: performance, relative to expectations, draft decisions, roster talent, fan morale. So before I read you this, and we can go any sport. This will be NFL.
Okay.
And this will be in conclusion. What team does it suck to be a fan of? And I will go first. Well, I have 2. The Arkansas Razorbacks. we anytime we get a blip, it goes away quick. And then I've been a Chicago Cubs fan my whole life. We had it in 2016. That was great. But it's very difficult up until that point. It's been difficult since.
Yeah.
I'm a loser in sports with my sports teams. I'm a loser. So I'll put them up on the list. The
Sorry,
Razorbacks.
man.
Yeah. I didn't choose it.
It chose you.
It chose
this
me.
life.
That's right.
And if anything, I am consistent and I start crying. I stay with my people. So I will never not be a Cubs fan. I will never not be an Arkansas Razorback fan, but it's been tough. Eddie, are you going with the Cowboys?
No, I love being a Cowboys fan.
But hard to be a fan is the question.
It's very difficult to be a fan. One, because America hates you. Like, people just hate us. People hate Cowboys fans. And
Why
we
do you
just
think that
exist.
is, though? No, you don't just exist.
We do exist.
But you don't just exist. I was going to ask, but you kind of answered the question because that's not true. Why do you think people hate Cowboys fans?
I think the whole America's team, we're always, and the media covers us all the time.
That's part of it, yes, absolutely.
Even if we're bad, they cover how bad we are. Like, bad decisions, they cover the bad decisions. I don't know, man. And we're always just there. Like, prime time too. TV puts us at prime time. I think that the whole media, sports talk, all them want the Cowboys as far as topics go. But fans, they're just like, shut up. Our team's way better than the Cowboys, and you never cover us.
Yeah, I think Cowboys fans, they have a sense of importance when they really don't, as far as how good the team has been. But that team gets clicks and views, so they get shoved in everybody's face even when they're bad. So then people resent them.
Like, I think my son got mad in the season because we got game of the week or something, and it was like us and the Giants. Like, how is this the game of the week? Like,
but it's also people like you going, I don't get it. We just exist. That's just not true.
We do exist.
You're shoved down everybody's throats. And if you could just admit.
Is that our fault?
But if you could admit, I know it's annoying. Everybody wants to talk about the Cowboys and we suck. It would be different. But Cowboys fans have a sense of belonging when they don't really belong.
I guess it's kind of cool, though, that, like, they cover us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if we're bad and we're hurting and whatever, it's still kind of cool that people still talk about the Cowboys.
Because they get clicks.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with us. We're just living.
That's
We're
not true.
existing.
You're not just living, though. You're America's team. You say it. Casey?
Well, I mean, I got to go with the New York freaking Jets.
Yeah,
It's New York in the winter. The field sucks. The owner sucks. He got an F in the grading thing. It's. I feel like we're the number one thing on this list. I would
number
put
one.
money on that. No? Oh, okay.
The Browns have to be number one.
Browns are number one.
Yeah.
NFL wise. Let's go baseball then real quick. It sucks to be a fan of. I'm going to go Kansas City.
Oh, they get no
small
love.
market team.
No love.
They don't spend money.
Yeah.
Baseball does not have a salary cap. So they'll have to pay extra taxes, but the Yankees can spend all they want. The Dodgers can spend all they want, and they do. And so luxury tax is different than a cap. And in the NBA, they have different, like, aprons.
Right. Yeah.
But baseball, you just spend all you want, get all you want, and then you'll just pay a little luxury tax on it. It's wild. And that's why the teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers, I say Yankees, they don't win World Series, but they're always in the mix.
We're
and they always have-
relevant. Yeah.
What about What about the A's? Like, they still share a field?
The A's aren't even, the A's are moving.
I think they're
They're
officially
out of
done
Oakland.
now.
Yeah, dude, that's how much.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to be hard. Like, if you're a lifelong A's fan.
So the A's exist, but they're not in Oakland anymore. It's
Yeah.
going to be Las Vegas.
Vegas, yeah. But
Sacramento
all
for a
their
while,
teams
then
are
Vegas.
gone now, right? Because the Raiders and the Warriors.
I mean, let's be
also in Oakland.
real, though. It's Oakland. Like, what were they doing with the team anyway? Like, San Francisco, I understand. You're a big market. Oakland?
Don't be a hater, dude. Don't be a hater on
Oakland.
a
Love
city.
is
Don't be a
listening
hater
out
on a
there.
city. So I go Royals. the Indians can be tough. They've had some good
Yeah.
teams, but that can be tough if they don't spend money. These small market teams in baseball,
Like Pittsburgh, the Pirates.
good one.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, terrible.
Brutal,
I'd hate
man.
to be a Charlotte fan. I'd hate to be a Pelicans fan.
Yeah.
And the Pelicans, it's not their fault they missed on Zion because they didn't miss. They had to drive Zion. They got lucky enough to get the number 1 overall pick, and that set them back.
Yeah.
So it would suck to be a Pelicans fan.
Have the Hawks done anything?
I mean, Trey Young keeps them in that mediocre, like where he goes and scores 40, but they don't win.
No.
Yeah, like he's cool.
Like every
like
once in a while, he'll
empty
go to New
points.
York and
Yeah,
beat
right.
the Knicks and choke
Right.
himself. And
yeah. Let's Spike Lee. Or
Atlanta
whatever.
will
Yeah.
be a tough basketball team to be a fan of because they don't suck. They're the Steelers of the NBA, where they don't
they
suck
don't.
enough. They finally did get a top pick this last year, and it was the worst draft ever.
Yeah.
And they have,
That's tough.
as of right now, one of the top 3 picks for next year. But the Spurs own their pick,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it'd be tough being a
Yeah.
Hawks fan.
Trailblazers too. I feel like it's been pretty rough.
And you're so disconnected up there, which is why players really don't want to go up there.
No.
Yeah, that would be tough. And then football. All these are football. Ready? Number 5, the Tennessee Titans.
Mhm.
We know this, but we don't expect anything at this point.
Who's their best player like right now?
Right
Like
now,
I thought about that. I'm like, man, I can't name
like one on
a
defense,
superstar.
probably.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cornerback that came from Kansas City.
Yeah, Snead.
Yeah.
Snead's good.
Oh yeah, okay.
But again, football has so many freaking positions that unless you're more than a casual, you're not even going to know that. Their colors look slow. Everything's about the
Little
Titans.
turquoise.
How's the kicker for the Titans?
I don't even know who the kicker is.
Can
Yeah.
tell you.
Now with the whole science factor though, what's like?
So
yeah.
performance versus expectations. The Titans have had fluctuating success with recent seasons not meeting heightened expectations set by previous year's playoff appearances. So anytime they play well, they tend to not play as well the next year. Draft decision. Some first-round picks have not delivered the anticipated impact, affecting the team's competitiveness. I would look back when they traded
AJ Brown.
A.J. Brown, and they ended up drafting Treylon Burks from Arkansas, and he's been hurt the whole time.
Yeah, it's been a
Like they lost a guy. I mean, they got a pick, and they used that to draft
to
somebody.
get
in
an AJ Brown clone.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. Yeah.
Roster talent. They've had players like Derrick Henry, but other areas like offensive line have kept Henry from flourishing, and now he doesn't even play with them, and he goes to the freaking Ravens and crushes.
That's a great.
Looks like he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
And fan morale. The Nashville fan base is dedicated, but has faced disappointment due to unmet expectations and playoff shortcomings.
I bought tickets for $5, man.
Oh, that's
$5 a pop.
That's bad. And sometimes there will be games. I drive by the stadium here.
During game day.
Yeah. And it's cold, and I'm like, who would ever go sit in that
Yeah.
terrible team?
Yeah.
I thought once I got on the NFL Network show,
And Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football. Yes, I was thinking Monday Morning Quarterback. Good Morning Football, and I was talking about the Titans and how bad they were, and I was just going on. I was just doing a bit, And I don't know if it ever got back to them, but if it did, we ain't gonna be welcomed over there anymore. Because I was just riffing.
Yeah.
You see, Zach Mettenberger, the old quarterback for the Titans, is now coaching, I believe, Father Ryan High School.
That's cool.
But he's so in this picture where they announce him. You may look this up, Mike. It's one of those Christian private schools. He's covered in tattoos on his arms, and everybody's just going to town on him. Like, this is not Christian. This is not Christian. He's got tattoo. Dude,
If it's Father Ryan, it's a Catholic school, I think.
unbelievable
Yeah.
that people were looking at his tattoos and going, that does not represent. What year are we in?
I know that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Father Ryan High School.
Great. I felt bad for him. You got an NFL quarterback coming to coach, and you got these parents going, he can't coach our Christian school. Look at his tattoos.
That's ridiculous.
Is this 1922? Is this sailor on leave getting tattoos out at the port?
It sounds like it.
Crazy. Now, number 4, the Commanders, but they're on the way up. The team has experienced limited postseason success in recent decades, but generally underperforming.
And they should be happy from last year.
Dan Snyder sucked as an owner. That's
yes.
what this is. That's just Dan
Exactly.
Snyder sucking. They have a new owner now. So that's why you're actually seeing the team play well, new leadership. Next up, the Jets at 3.
Okay.
Sorry, Casey.
It's all right. I had a feeling.
A lot of draft inconsistency and struggles with early round picks.
Yeah. We have drafted a
Lot
bunch
of
of
draft.
defensive players that have not panned out. I remember D. Milliner, the cornerback from Alabama, was supposed to be a stud. Didn't turn out to be much. Yeah. Jamal Adams.
starts
to
crying now,
safety.
too.
Yeah.
It's Casey and I just crying in this whole segment.
You know, my kids asked me about Mark Sanchez. Like, what kind of
Sanchez, yeah.
Sanchez.
Yeah, that's what we
They're-
believed.
They're like, what kind of quarterback was he? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't really remember.
He handed the ball off a lot, but
I would say he's one of the quarterbacks that probably never had the ability to show how good of a quarterback he was because the people around him weren't good.
yeah.
If you get drafted into a bad organization, it almost doesn't matter because you see that with guys like, Bryce Young, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, where they go in and they suck. And you're like, well, they're losers. But then they go somewhere else. Not Bryce Young yet. New coach came in.
Mhm.
But they go somewhere else and they play pretty good to really good.
Yeah.
And you're going, man, it's all about where you land. Like you
Yeah.
have to have the skills, but it's all about where you land. And Sanchez took them to the AFC
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the beginning of his career. But then when we had to actually rely on him to do something, he couldn't do it. And then we had Tebow. I don't know if you guys remember, we had like the Tebow Sanchez dual connection thingy.
They played at the same time?
Yeah. Rex Ryan picked up Tebow after Denver. I can't recall what year, but yeah, we've done a lot of experimenting
Blocking
and a
that
lot
out?
of failures.
I can't
Yeah.
recall. Block the trauma.
Trauma in his head.
Cleveland's at 1. Who do you think's at 2? What's the one football team I left out, do you think?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's got to be tough.
Not top 5.
Hmm.
Probably not been around long
Long
enough
enough, yeah.
overall. Like you don't have a lot of grandparents that were Jaguar fans that have passed it down because they didn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Okay.
Chargers?
Mm-mm. A lot of disappointment, but no. The team's good now.
Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
We forget how terrible
Right.
they have been for decades because of what Dan Campbell's been able to do. But the Lions have a history of unmet expectations. They went 0-16 in 2008. They've had high draft picks. Man, they drafted wide receivers like every year for a while.
Yeah.
It was just one after the other. Calvin Johnson was awesome. Matthew Stafford was good, but they'd never had real success. Decades without a Super Bowl appearance. And shout out Lion fans for remaining a Lion fan because that'd have been tough. 0-16.
God, it's brutal, man.
Yeah.
I remember that season.
And Orlovsky, didn't he get the safety going in the end zone, going backwards?
Yeah, and then like didn't even know he ran out. Like ran all the way back and they
Right.
came back in.
Did you see Orlovsky at the Super Bowl? Walking around Radio
think so.
Row?
Oh.
He's really tall. Like, really tall. You can see him towering over people. I'm like, wow, I had no idea he was that tall.
Orlovsky, he was with the Colts when he did that, right?
He was. I think it was the Lions. I think it
May-
was that
maybe you're
season.
right. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
All that bad
Some blue
play.
jersey.
Yeah, all that bad play
all-
blends together.
Yeah.
I did not see Orlovsky, but those guys are big. It's like even Matt Castle. He's like 6'4".
I know.
You don't even think of a
Yeah.
guy being that big because he just looks average on screen, and they're giants. Okay, anybody read any teams that are terrible that you feel bad for their fans?
I just feel like I would hate to live in Wisconsin.
So now we're going at the whole state.
Yeah, we're just
For
going
no
state.
reason?
No reason
Like
whatsoever.
the Packers?
I like
Packers.
Wisconsin.
They're pretty good
Yeah.
though. the
Why
Green Bay
would you hate
Packers.
Wisconsin?
To be honest, I can't say that. I've never even been there. I just imagine it's super flat, a lot of corn,
A lot of cheese.
You know?
Cold, yes.
It's not flat.
Really?
It's a little hilly, especially when you get out in that milk country.
Yeah, I have no response. I don't remember being flat or hilly. I know the people are super nice. There's a lot of cheese,
Yes.
and it's way cold. So anywhere cold, not a fan
Yep.
of as
Yep.
far as like living there. But I feel like that was not very kind of you to pick on Wisconsin
fair.
for no
I just-
reason.
That's what came to my mind.
I
man.
picked on Oakland, so I apologize too. That's my bad.
But you've been to Oakland, haven't you?
No, never been.
Oh.
See?
Nope.
I've been to Oakland.
Been to San Francisco.
Hey, I've been to Oakland.
What's it like over there?
Not my favorite. I'll be honest with you. Not my favorite at all.